Valley News Live, 10 at 10.
We knew he was a wonderful dog, but gosh.
We begin tonight with a family reunited and an unlikely hero. Thank you for joining us tonight. A 3-year-old boy is home safe tonight after a 7-hour search and a happy ending.
When rescuers had nearly given up, the family pet held on. Valley News Team's Hope Hanselman traveled to Cooperstown, North Dakota to show you the unbreakable bond between a boy and his dog.
I come out at 7:30 because I'm like, gosh, you know, the kid's got to get hungry, and he wasn't here.
Between a 3-year-old boy and a 3-year-old dog, Courtney Yearness rarely hears silence on the family farm.
And Brock was like, well, is Cooper there? And I said, no, you know, he's not here either.
But that silence was so awful, she called for help.
ATVs and horses showed up and more foot walkers.
We had at least, I'd say, 200 people.
The search for Carson and Cooper brought volunteers from 20 miles away.
It's the neighbors and business owners and bankers and whoever else, they just come out and walk.
Combing about 2,000 acres of land, aircraft overhead, horses on foot.
As the night went on, there got to be a little bit more moisture in the air, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, the rain was coming down, and we were at the point where we were going to send the foot walkers home, but there's nothing more for them to do.
Really worried.
It was hard.
For the search to get called off like that.
Right as they were about to give up, they found out someone else wasn't going to.
Pat went over the hill and he shot his headlights, and Cooper barely stood up just to let him know he was there. And then Pat called for Carson, and
The child was laying underneath the dog, and he thought he was probably sleeping.
A mile from home, Cooper refused to leave Carson, keeping the boy dry and warm under his coat.
and they came back, and Cooper followed the four-wheeler all the way back.
That dog and him are buddies apparently, and they got themselves in a little bit of trouble last night.
Turns out silence is what Courtney is left with, unable to describe the love that saved her son.
He saved him. I mean, if they would have called it off and couldn't find him, you know, last night, Cooper would have at least kept him warm.
Carson had torn jeans, a ripped jacket, and muddy shoes and socks, but miraculously went unscathed from the whole ordeal. The doctor told his family he just had cold feet, thanks to that special buddy who kept him warm.
What a touching story.
I love it.
So the two were out playing. Did they just wander off? Do they speculate what might have happened or led them away?
Well, the parents told me that the two were outside as they are any day on a nice day and must have just wandered off after some farm equipment out in the distance.
Amazing ending.
Yeah.